beautiful people. We are about to get into Malcom X. If you vote Democrat, you are a traitor. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close, they have to go back and count the votes all over again. And which means that any block, any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch.
I think that's huge to understand. Like, I think you can get really caught up into thinking that we don't have any power over our vote, but we really, how can I say this? We fought for it. We fought to have the right to vote. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's always good to just do it anyway, but continue to gain the knowledge on what you're voting for, who you're voting for. You feel me?
You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first.
Yeah, hey. It's crazy. It's crazy how history can repeat itself, or it's crazy how it continues to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Continues to be a problem.
Bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you. Because you're a chump.
Malcom X was a bad boy. You understand? Like, he said exactly what was on his mind. This man never tried to sugarcoat anything. You feel me? I think that's why he's extremely respected, you know?
Time you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
And that's not just Democrat, that's anybody. You feel me? Because, I mean, during my time of growing up, I've been taught to vote Democrat. You understand? To not vote Republican. You know, and that's just being blatantly, you know, out in the open. And I feel like that's just with my, you know, race, period. However, once you grow older and you really have an understanding of what he said it. He said that they make these promises to you. You vote for them. And then everything they promise goes away. Like, it's like they never promised it. But you learn that presidents only have so much power. They only have so much power. They're the face, not necessarily the control. You understand? So once you realize that part of it, it's like, okay, what am I voting for? So you really got to dig deep and go, to all the other categories, when it comes down to election. So I believe it's extremely important. I think it's huge. I even went to a couple of voting sites, on a job, and I feel like it's extremely huge for us to somehow come together and how can I say this? Inform people on the categories of what's on the ballot. I think that'll make a huge difference to everybody. I think it'll make more people vote. Definitely more people knowledgeable. We could teach our kids what they are doing when they go to the voting site. It's just certain things like that we weren't taught when it comes step by step. Like, I know a lot of people feel like, they can give you A and Z, you can figure out everything in between. But when it comes to who's running the country, people rarely care about those things until something grand happens to them, but on behalf of the government. You feel me? So I definitely think it's a huge deal for us to come together, build something to where we can talk about each ballot, what each person is, what each person is for, still give you the opportunity to make your decision, but at least what each person is doing and what each category is about, what it's pertaining to. I think that's huge for us to really move forward. Not just care about the president, but care about who's backing the president. I think that's big. You feel me?
And what kind of alibi do they come up with? They try and pass the buck to the Dixiecrats. Now, back during the days when you were blind, deaf, and dumb, ignorant, politically immature, naturally you went along with that. But today, as your eyes come open and you develop political maturity, you're able to see and think for yourself. And you can see that a Dixiecrat is nothing but a Democrat in disguise.
In so many words, he basically said what I just said. Like, when you grow older, you start to understand these things that he's talking about.
You look at the structure of the government that controls this country. It's controlled by 16 senatorial committees and 20 congressional committees. Of the 16 senatorial committees that run the government, 10 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists. Of the 20 congressional committees that run the government, 12 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists.
I mean, that's huge right there, man. I definitely hope y'all enjoyed this particular reaction. I know I did. That was my first ever reaction to Malcom X. So once again, I am your girl V Coop, down piece in the V Coop to be exact. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff right here on Coop Troop Live. Till next time, thank you for joining.